If you wanna see a show but don't know what to say, tune in now to the Love Taps, baby. Love Taps, baby. They're laying down information you need. Everybody's listening, tell you what you're missing, baby. Funky Love Taps, Funky Love Taps. The Love Taps is a little old place where we can get together. Love Taps, baby. Love Taps, baby. Love Taps, baby. Love Taps. Love Taps, baby. Love Taps. Oh yeah, I'm talking about the Love Taps. Oh, love.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Max and I. Hello, hello. You're listening to the Love Tap Show, the Las Vegas Theater Arts production show. Everything you want to know about theater in Las Vegas funneled directly into your ear holes.
Directly.
I'm Ben.
I'm Max.
And we're your hosts. No Carolyn today.
No.
On this lovely Valentine's Day morning.
It's not because of that, though.
Well, she says she has a gig, so I assume it's a Valentine's Day gig.
It's a good assumption. I don't know if it's true or not.
I mean, there are...
It could be a President's Day event.
Yeah, that's more likely.
Yeah.
That's much more likely.
I'm just saying it could be. Why is this move?
Because he needs... Here.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks.
Do you not...
I'm just not used to it moving.
I mean, if you don't touch it, it's not going to move.
Yeah, but I might touch it accidentally, then it's going to move.
You're talking about his mic thing, by the way, his mic stand.
Anyway, weird if we're talking about anything else, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, if
you don't touch it, it's going to move.
It's true. Well, usually when you touch it, it moves. Anything, really.
Unless it's an unmovable object.
Yeah. Or you're just not strong enough to move whatever it is.
Like a Acme weight. Just a big anvil.
Giant. You know, I was going to apologize at the top of this show for how terrible the last show was with me. It was my fault. You're
just apologizing for your own performance?
Yeah. But I don't know if this one's going to be that much better, so it maybe not be worth apologizing for, too.
We should just never apologize.
No, I guess not. But anyway, I do plan on having a better show today.
I plan as well.
Yeah, so...
I always like to plan to have a good show.
Right, and then if it goes south, it goes south. What are you going to do about it? Too bad, so sad. Nobody cares. Anyway, we do have some stuff for you today, which is nice. We have current events, as we usually do.
Yep.
Before that, we're actually going to touch back on a story that we talked about last week. Was it last week?
It was last week.
It was last week. And then we're going to have an interview. Shit. See,
I'm going to interview myself.
Show.
I'm going to interview myself about this.
We're going to have a review of COSI FAN TUTTE.
Oh, you can read that. Good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I don't know if you've been watching the YouTube stuff, but I will cut in a photo, like the actual image, their image.
It would be good if I watched these afterwards.
Yeah. So
no, it was more for the font. It's just a really fancy font on and the color.
Yeah. So every time that any of us have held up a program,
you cut away to
I will show us holding the program and then immediately cut to a full screenshot of the actual like online version of whatever it is.
I didn't know you did that much work. I'm proud of you.
I have been doing quite a bit of work.
Yeah.
I did get rid of the ticker in the first one. I had a ticker at the opening page, at the opening screen.
Okay.
Of everything that we would be talking about in the show.
Oh, that's a lot of work.
It's too much work.
It's a lot of lower thirds, especially for if you ever did line notes.
Yeah, but I do also separate our chapters. Like we'll have like I'll have a thing at the bottom. This is current events.
Oh, sweet.
Or so.
Yeah, I forgot that YouTube can do that.
Well, I did it in the editor, not the YouTube editor.
No? What?
No, I don't use the YouTube editor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about then. Let's just move on anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. You know there are lots of other places to find us.
Yeah, there are.
Besides that. like iTunes at the Love Tap Show.
Sure.
Facebook at facebook.com/lovetaps. Please,
Absolutely.
if you haven't done so already, like us on Facebook.
Please do.
On Twitter at LVTAPS. On Stitcher, the best place for listening to us on the go. At YouTube at youtube.com/lovetaps.
Yes.
And we're always streaming 24/7 at www.lovetaps.com.
Very good, Max.
Thanks. I'm also going to remember to plug Amazon. Because you've been doing that for us
Yes, I
recently.
have.
So I thought I'd just take the proactiveness.
I appreciate
and
that.
mention that anytime you go to our website and click on the Amazon banner on the right hand side after you've turned off ad blocker, and you can then do your normal shopping, and a little portion of that goes back to us. So if you like hearing about the arts from these two gentlemen that you see before you or hear before you, see or hear us, then please go to our website and do those things I said in that order.
Yeah. Everything you buy, a little bit becomes back to us.
Yeah.
A little percentage of that stuff.
A small percentage, depends on what it is.
Now, I will say about Stitcher. Stitcher's been down like almost all week.
Has it really?
I don't know what's going on. It's bothering me because I listen to other stuff on Stitcher. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure
Because it is the best place for listening to stuff on the go.
Yeah, except for this week. I mean, it has been the best place, and I love Stitcher, and I don't know what's going on, but it's starting to piss me off.
Stitcher, get your act together.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fixed. There's got to be some big problem or something. Maybe...
It went out of business.
God, I hope not. No. There's no way. Maybe they did.
I didn't realize you're looking at the camera so much. I better do that more now.
No, you
So
don't.
I'm looking at you the whole time.
No, it's
so far.
fine, because I do
No,
both.
no, we're okay.
That's fun. Okay, sorry.
Sorry, listeners.
Anyway, so let's actually touch back a little bit on the thing we talked about last week,
Yeah.
which was the story about this lady, Erin Pike, and her performance of That's What She Said.
Yeah.
So basically, we just touched on how Samuel French was reaching out to her with a cease and desist order for her production of That's What She Said, which is basically a collection of all the female dialogue
Yeah.
from the year's most popular plays, right?
Yeah, so it's regardless of what's in the play, the female roles in that.
Yeah.
But the top 10 or 15 most popular from 2015.
Okay, so this in particular was Bad Jews, the show that is the licensing owned by Samuel French is for Bad Jews, and that's what they were telling her to stop because of the lines that she did in Bad Jews. So the question we had was, well, what happened? I mean, because this was literally an hour or so before the production was to open.
And no one updated us after it.
Yeah, so we were like, well, did she actually go through with it or didn't she? Well, Max found this update, and Max, do you want to go over what?
I guess I'll just do a brief over on it.
Sure.
What they ended up doing was show must go on, and they didn't want to get sued, so they just took out the Bad Jews lines and then went on with the show normally.
Yeah.
Funny enough, they got a second cease and desist order,
Right.
which is the dumbest cease and desist I can think of. It's for the Whipping Man, which I'm not even familiar with.
I've heard of it. I don't know it. I haven't read it, but I've heard of it.
The funny thing is, Whipping Man has no female characters in it.
Right.
So there's no way that Erin Pike could deliver any actual dialogue from the play.
So, I mean, so how is it then that the Whipping Man is even in the show at all?
It's a joke.
Okay.
So I believe it's flipping through 72 pages really quickly.
Which is the length of the play.
Yeah.
So
72 pages.
they've literally flipped through the play.
and so yeah, I would like to say it's a similar line of humor.
See, my question
Yeah.
is it this kind of, is it the quick flip like this?
I think it's the quick flip.
Or is it, which I think would be funnier,
It would
one
be-
page at a time.
It's very Dada of you, but I think I don't know. I would assume it's a quick flip.
Probably. So, I mean, so that...
It's just the sound of 72 pages being flipped.
Yeah, so that's...
So it's probably one sound.
So that's a little ridiculous because then, you talk about, there's a paragraph in here that talks about what's protected under the fair use.
Yeah, I mean, you're essentially doing just the title of the play. So they are trying to cease and desist you from using the title, and then the sound of the actual sound that the book makes.
Yeah, that's a little ridiculous. I mean, that's pushing it. So, and also, I think it's bad publicity for the Whipping Man.
Yeah, why would you stop them from... Your dialogue's not even being used.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, all these are kind of negative marketing.
Yeah, I guess either way.
For all the
Either way, it's negative. But at least you could say that, if you wrote a play with no women in it, at least you could just say, well, it had nothing to do with sexism. It's just the content of the play had nothing to do with women. But if you're actively going after a woman for commenting on that there's no women in the play, then that might look a little more sexist that way.
The ironic part is Bad Jews has actually a very strong female character.
Yeah.
And it's not even based on romance.
Mm-hmm.
It's a separate issue that the play revolves around. So I don't I don't know if that even I don't have the full list of what Pike uses, but it'd be interesting to see how much that affects it.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's one of those things where you say, okay, here are according to whatever statistics, these are the top 10 plays of the year.
Yeah.
And my goal is to pull all the female parts, whether they're good parts or bad parts.
Right.
It's just, this is my goal. And maybe it's just a comparison. Well, they did this in Bad Jews and they did this in The Whipping Man. You know what I mean? It's kind of, so, I don't know. Who knows? I haven't seen it.
It is funny, though, that the list of most produced plays that you can find online, it's usually very Jewish repertory or Jewish theater heavy. Mm-hmm. And so Bad Jews showed up a lot. Showed up a lot the year before as well. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of small cast plays. Like Red usually was in that list of most produced.
By Jewish repertory theaters?
No, just on coincidentally.
Well, Red is an easy show to produce.
You would know.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going with that.
No, I mean I would know, but I'm just saying it's not easy. It's easy, but it's not easy. There's something appealing about small casts. You're right.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just it might be skewed when your most produced playlist includes a lot of shorthanded plays.
Sure.
It might not have as many
and
female
that's
roles.
true. Red had 0 female roles in it.
So I would like to see what her list is. I didn't do a thorough search to find it because her only listing really came under her Kickstarter page, which had very little info on it.
All right. Well, I guess we'll continue doing research, and you will be updated every week for the next 6 weeks.
You won't be.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
If there's
you really want to talk about this every week?
It depends on how this story goes. I mean, if it continues along this route of ridiculousness, then we will continue to comment.
While we talk about the next thing, I will try to see if there's a separate website for her.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
I want to see the playlist.
Okay, well then, because I've got no next thing to talk about.
Don't we go to current events?
Is the problem? Yeah, we'll go to current events. Current events.
Here are the events that are current, near or far, everything occurring. Here are the events that are current, near or far, everything that's happening now.
Current events.
We're going to start off with the LVLT 16-17 season announcement.
Yeah, we are. I always look
2016-2017.
I always look forward to season announcements. It's like when you go to the movies, and it's like trailers, because you don't get a trailer for theater oftentimes, and it's like just get to imagine what's coming.
Because it's like a mini series.
Yeah,
you get to see what the chapters are.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my own weird analogy.
LVOT season announcement.
First up is going to be the Black Box season. Mm-hmm. First is Farragut North by Bo Williman. That's going to be in September. Outside Mullingar by Patrick Shanley. That's in November. Sex with Strangers by Laura Eason in February. And 4,000 Miles by Amy Herzog at the end of March. 4,000 Miles is the only one I know of before this list came out.
Oh, I knew Farragut North and Sex with Strangers. I don't know Outside Mullingar.
4,000 is pretty new, and it's pretty. It's
yeah.
popularly produced right now.
Yeah,
it might be on Pike's list of most produced plays.
Maybe
it might be.
I feel like Sex with Strangers is pretty popular. I don't know. I will walk 4,000 miles
to have sex with strangers.
Yes. Yes, agreed. So the main stage season is just as fantastic. Come Back to the Five and Dime Jimmy Dean by Ed Grassick. September is when that's going to happen. The Nance by Douglas Carter Bean. That's in October. Absurd Person Singular by Alan Ayckbourn.
That's a weird name.
There's a bunch of weird names in this year. That's in December. A Little Night Music by Stephen Sondheim.
You know that name.
Sondheim?
Sondheim.
By Stephen Sondheim. That's in January. A lot of people are excited about that already.
So that's not a musical, right?
It is a musical.
It is a musical. Okay, so this is the first time in a while they're doing a musical in the middle of their season.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
And that one, it's funny because a lot of people either love a little night music or really don't like a little night music. I find that interesting.
I prefer quiet.
Yeah, agree. I like a little hum in the background, like the fan going. But
Okay.
That's it. It's Only a Play by Terrence McNally. That's in March. And The Odd Couple, the female version, by Neil Simon.
The female version.
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't think... Did Neil Simon write the female version? I don't think so.
I think it's the same thing, just maybe pronouns
with
are
females.
changed. Yeah.
Yeah. It's always been strange to me. So, all about it, though.
He gets credit for it.
Mm-hmm.
So good for him.
Yeah, so that we have that to look forward to. Now, they do also have their summer musical that is not announced yet because the rights have not been approved yet, so they're just waiting to hear back on that.
Oh, so it's a newer one.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
We shall see.
I don't know how hard it is to get musical rights.
So as soon as they announce it, we will announce it to you as well.
Limited run performances. The Midnight Tomato Society presents Bad Head. Produced and directed by John Tomasello, is going to be every Friday from February 5th to March 25th at the Sci-Fi Center, 5077 Arville Street, 89118. Come early for a secret special event before each show. Excuse you.
Excuse me.
Choking on water, man.
Yeah, sorry.
Crossing Delancey by Susan Sandler, produced by Theater in the Valley, running February 5th through the 21st at Theater in the Valley Playhouse, 10 West Pacific Avenue, 89015. Isabel is a modern young woman who lives alone and works in a bookshop. When she's not pining after a handsome author, she is visiting her grandmother, Booby. You can just say Booby.
Booby.
Booby means grandmother.
Bubble.
So, visiting her Booby in Manhattan's Lower East Side, because especially if it's Manhattan's Lower East Side.
But I don't think necessarily a lot of people know what booby is.
If you capitalize it.
But they don't know it's capitalized.
Oh, okay.
When we read it to them. Her visiting her
I thought
grandmother, visiting her capital.
For
Booby.
you and me, Booby is a vernacular.
I would know booby.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Even
I don't know what.
Bubble.
It's a different word.
But I'm just saying, like,
Bubble
I know
means a little booby.
So, thank you.
Yeah.
A little booby. Anyway, yeah, I would know what a booby is, but I don't think a lot of people know what a booby is.
All right. How about irascible?
I think more people know what a nana is or a nanny.
Okay.
Not nanny or grand.
Nana.
Grand.
Did you see that clip?
Gimmies. What is it?
The Family Feud clip?
No.
No. I'll show it to you later.
Okay.
Anyway, this irascible granny and her friend, the matchmaker, have found a good catch for Isabel, whose initial reluctance gives way to a blossoming romance when she finally meets Sam, the pickle vendor.
That's so silly. It's the silliest thing. It's so
This particular
silly.
summary? Or that she ends up meeting a pickle vendor?
The whole thing.
It is
from booby to
it is
irascible.
so Jewish, and irascible is not a word most people know.
No. Mm-mm.
We had to look it up last week.
In fact, if you have booby in parentheses after grandmother, you should have something else.
A more popular word for irascible.
For irascible. Yeah, right next to it. Yeah.
Vibrant.
Well, it also says granny.
See,
See,
there's 3 words for
they
grandmother
should take
here.
booby out. So they should say she's visiting her grandmother in Manhattan's Lower East Side. This irascible booby.
I guess.
Oh, I don't know. She's visiting her booby in Manhattan's Lower East Side. This irascible granny.
Yeah, yes, perfect.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Except for the irascible part.
Well, it's too late to change it, but for the future.
Yeah.
'Cause
So Susan
it's already
Sandler,
open.
get to work on that.
Yeah. Geek! By Crystal Skillman, produced by Troy Hurd. Directed by Troy Hurd, produced by Oscar Productions, February 11th through the 27th at the Onyx Theater, 953 East Sierra Avenue, Suite 16B, 89104.
Geek celebrates cosplay.
You didn't say that right.
What?
Geek!
Oh, sorry. I was like, did I say cosplay wrong?
No.
Geek!
Oh, nice.
Thank you. Celebrates cosplay culture as best friends fight their way through all 9 flights of Dante's FireCon to meet their anime artist idol. To Kill a Mockingbird, adapted from the novel by Harper Lee, February 12th to the 28th at Nevada Conservatory Theater at UNLV. Atticus Finch, a lawyer in the Depression-era South, defends a black man against a rape charge and his kids against prejudice. Let me say, I am going to apologize for. I was supposed to see this week on Friday night. That was the plan. But I got home and I was falling asleep. Like on the drive home, I was falling asleep, and I just couldn't keep my eyes open at home. And I felt like, listen, as much as I love the show and as awesome as the cast looks, this is not a show you go to if you're tired. It's very complex. There's a lot of stuff to follow. Why are you shaking your head?
I haven't stopped shaking my head since you started apologizing.
I know, but are you shaking your head because I'm apologizing or because you agree with me and it's like sad? Yeah, I know what you mean. Or are you shaking your head because I should have gone and you're trying to make me feel bad?
Both.
All. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I feel terrible, but it just was not the night to go. You don't want to go to a show like that, when you don't feel up to it. Know what I'm saying?
Nope.
No. So sorry. Hamlet is over. Never mind. Sorry, I should have taken
Sorry, I could have looked at this too.
Yeah, my bad. Our bad.
Our bad.
Cosi fan tutte by Mozart, Sin City Opera, February 12th through the 21st at the Winchester Theater. That's 3130 McLeod Drive. I don't know why. Anyway, we're going to be reviewing that.
This drive is over 400 years old, and he's still alive.
3130 McLeod Drive. Anyway, The Bridges of Madison County by Jason Robert Brown and Marcia Norman will be at the Smith Center February 23rd through the 28th in the Reynolds Hall. Check that out.
Yeah.
Jason Robert Brown fans, I know there's a bunch of you out there.
There's also some haters.
Mm-hmm. And if you're not a Jason Robert Brown fan, you can go to The Nether by Jennifer Haley, produced by Brian Todd.
Probably the opposite of a Jason Robert Brown musical.
I would say, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
By Jennifer Haley, directed by Brian Todd, produced by Cockroach Theater, February 25th through March 13th at the Art Square Theater, 1025 South 1st Street. The Realistic Joneses. This is a staged reading produced by A Public Fit. The play is by Will Eno. A lot of Will Eno going around lately.
Yeah. This is the third one.
Yeah, they're doing, I saw...
Suburbia's next month.
Suburbia is not Will Eno.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Suburbia is Bogosian.
So there's something else. There's another Eno still, though.
Well,
Right.
somebody just did a Will Eno.
Right. Well,
They just did Middletown.
Middletown.
Yeah.
Is there something else?
Rainn Wilson is doing Tom Paine somewhere in L.A.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why L.A.?
Isn't it L.A.?
I don't know.
Is it not?
It could be.
It's somewhere in California.
Okay.
Anyway, which I think would be really good.
I just mean why L.A. and why not New York?
I think because he lives in L.A.
Yeah, that's probably good.
Yeah. Well, why are you making out with your mic over there?
Well, because it sounded weird. And should I go?
No, it's okay. I'll do it too.
Okay. You want to talk really close? Okay.
Yeah.
I like to rest my nose on the top of the screen.
Anyway, that's produced by Public Fit. Friday, I can't do that. Friday, February 26th at 7:30 p.m. at the Inspire Theater, 107 South Las Vegas Boulevard, 89101. Bad Jews by Joshua Harmon, which we were just talking about. Yep, that's produced by the Jewish Repertory Theater of Nevada. That's March 3rd through the 6th at the Troche Studio Theater at the Smith Center.
It's an appropriate.
Yeah, I feel like those go together.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't expect like a Faith Lutheran to do that.
They could.
They could,
but no.
Wouldn't make any sense.
Not with the.
You know what I want to see? I want to see Jewish Repertory Theater produce Doubt. That's what I want to see.
I was going to refer to the social norms, the empowering the silent majority.
Oh yeah,
during Bad Jews. Anyway, in the next room, or the Vibrator play by Sarah Rule. This is at LVLT, produced by LVLT, running March 4th through the 20th at the LVLT main stage, 3920 Shift Drive, 89103. A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder.
Yeah.
By Stephen Lutvak and Robert L. Friedman, March 8th through the 13th at the Reynolds Hall at the Smith Center.
Oh, did you get tickets?
I did, but it's in the afternoon, so I won't be able to review it. I'll have to review it the week after.
Oh, it's Sunday
Sorry,
afternoon?
Sunday afternoon, yeah.
Oh, I work Sunday afternoon.
Well, because I got the...
I need to get tickets. You get a matinee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I couldn't go before because I got the festival.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, because it opens. I got it. Oh.
Yeah.
Crap. Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to. Yeah, sorry. I got to go to see that. Yeah.
Are you kind of know everything we just said?
No.
Sordid Lives by Del Shores. This is produced by Offstrip Productions, March 10th to the 26th at the Onyx Theater, 953 East Air Avenue, number 16B, 89110. Oh, shoot. 1? Something. You know where it is.
You know where the Onyx is.
And I foibled this earlier. Suburbia by Eric Bogosian, produced by Nevada Conservatory Theater, March 10th to the 26th Well, that's a good run. At the UNLV Black Box Theater. The Speed of Darkness by Steve Tessick. Produced by LVLT, running March 11th through the 27th at the LVLT Black Box. That's all our limited run performances. That was quite a few.
I guess darkness goes pretty fast, actually. I mean, darkness goes as fast as light does.
Darkness isn't tangible.
I mean,
technically.
I'm just saying. Well, how do you know that it's not that it's
Darkness
light?
is the absence of light.
I'm just saying, how do you know that light is not just the absence of darkness?
I read a paper about that.
Yeah.
About how it's dark suckers, and so like every time you see like light coming through a closet, it's because the darkness is sucking it in.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I like that.
Yeah.
Like a black hole.
It's just a theory. It's not accurate.
It's like a black hole, though. It's like
yeah, black hole actually sucks light in.
There you go. See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I mean, light may not even be.
You are technically correct.
So I mean, it's just like when you take science class and they talk about how cold doesn't exist. It's just the absence of heat.
Yeah.
But you can.
This is the same thing because we're talking about science class still.
Yeah. So but I mean, you have a refrigerator which kind of generates cold, doesn't it? Or they'll just say it removes the heat.
Yeah, that's probably what they would say. It takes the heat and pulls it out of the refrigerator and creates entropy.
Okay. Next, ongoing performances.
Every time you got to make something colder, it causes more heat because of the energy required to make it cold.
Oh, yes. Agreed.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I have no reason to continue talking about this.
Okay. That's why I said ongoing performances.
Okay, ongoing performances. $2 10 minutes, curated by Cockroach Theater every first Friday of the month, performing from 7:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. at the Art Square Theater, 1025 South 1st Street. That's 89101, definitely. I know that one.
Okay.
We don't have the zip codes written down.
For some reason.
Each 10-minute play is $2 or $5 to see all the shows.
Yeah. You know what's since we're talking about science...
Oh, okay.
You should see The Martian, by the way. I don't know if I've ever told you that, but that was a great movie.
Oh, I need to see The Martian.
I have if you want to
Yeah,
borrow it.
I'll borrow The Martian.
It was great.
Great.
Yeah.
Composer Showcase of Las Vegas, Wednesday, March 2nd at 10:30 p.m. at the Cabaret Jazz Room in the Smith Center.
Audition time.
Now it's time for auditions.
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 Idaho.
Oh, dang it. I fell for that.
Idaho, the comedy musical. Idaho, the comedy musical.
You almost said it again.
By Buddy Sheffield and Keith and our very own Keith Thompson. Not our very own, but our very own.
Vegas is
collectively, everyone's very own Keith Thompson. Anyway,
Everyone owns a little piece of him.
Produced by the Smith Center and Stuart Whitley. Open call for singers on Tuesday, February 16th at 9 a.m. That's very close, people. Open call for dancers at 12 p.m. the same day. Troche Studio Theater is where those are at. That's at the Smith Center. Walk-ins are welcome, but appointments are encouraged. Singers, please prepare a musical selection under 2 minutes in the style of traditional musical comedy. Please bring sheet music, as an accompanist will be provided. Dancers, please come warmed up and ready to dance. Men in flats, women in heeled dance shoes. Please prepare a 16-bar musical selection in the style of traditional musical comedy.
Traditional musical comedy.
I know, isn't that a weird thing to say?
Is there what would you consider a traditional musical comedy? Like how far back would you go?
Well, see, here's the thing.
Would Music Man be a comedy? Traditional musical comedy?
I think it could be, yes.
Yeah.
And see, that's a very strange line because also there's a lot of dramatic musicals that have comedic numbers in them.
Yeah. So are you
like
going...
Follies. Yeah. Follies would be a dramatic musical with comedic musical numbers in it. Like the Buddies song.
Yeah. Other examples are like Cabaret.
Yes.
Les Mis.
Yeah. Yes. Right, because with the Thenardiers.
Right.
Yeah.
Next to Normal.
Yeah, those aren't really dancey though. But it's the same applies.
I'm trying to make fun of the genre.
Agreed, because it also says that for the singers, please prepare a musical selection in the style of traditional musical comedy. And here's my question. Also, to follow up your question, what would be considered a non-traditional musical comedy?
Producers? Spamalot?
I would agree with
Something
Spam Lot,
Rotten?
maybe. I would agree with maybe Spam Lot. I don't know enough about Something Rotten. I think Producers would be a traditional musical comedy.
Young Frankenstein.
I don't know,
Catch
because
Me If You Can.
they still follow along the same. I mean, it's not like it's. They're not saying classic musical comedy. I still think it's in the same tradition
Okay.
of the others. Maybe I'm just
Gentleman's
defining
Guide
the
to
word
Love and Murder?
improperly.
Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. Ooh.
I can't say it's not traditional. I can't. I don't think so.
So we're looking for submissions for non-traditional comedy musicals. If you have anything that's just bizarre, that has music to it, and is funny, send it to us.
Yeah.
Benjamin at lovetabs.com.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to Google that now because I really don't know. I don't know. Anyway,
All right. New genre for us.
yeah. So please prepare 16 bars for the dancers. I assume that this one is you're gonna want it on a disc or something because you're not gonna want somebody to play at your tempo if you're gonna dance to this. I don't know.
It doesn't say whether or not there's what they're doing.
Yeah, this for the dancers. It says prepare 16 bar musical selection.
But they say sheet music for the singers.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, sheet music for the singer. So that's why I'm confused. Anyway, headshot and resume are required. All roles are paid. Union contracts are available. For inquiries, please contact Idaho the Musical Auditions at gmail.com. That's all one word. Idaho the Musical Auditions.
And if you think you have a non-traditional comedy musical that we need to list on the show,
Yep.
for whatever reason, send them to Ben at benjamin@lovetaps.com.
That's a me.
I want to see submissions from you.
Orokai? Oroki?
Orochi.
Orochi? Orochi? Is it
Yeah.
chi? Okay.
It's well, I can look it up.
Nah, don't worry about it. Something Asian. Coming to the strip. This is a new musical based on ancient myth set in medieval Japan.
It won't be key. It won't spell key that way.
But it's in English. They're just spelled in English. It wouldn't be spelled like that anyways.
It's not phonetic. It's not phonetic, but the other word, yeah, phonetic. The word. It's not written out phonetically to be key.
Isn't that a giant kind of a vacuum cleaner?
Because there's Takagawa later, and then there's Kushin.
Who do what? Oh yeah.
They use just K for a K sound. So this is Orochi.
Oh, I see what you're saying. It is written phonetically.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, if it was K, it would have been written more phonetically than it is right now.
got it.
Orochi.
But Stephanie, I mean, if that wouldn't be Stepani?
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Anyway, set in medieval Japan, casting all roles, 18 plus, please, all ethnicities, looking for singers, dancers, and performers with stage combat experience. Really, how it was listed is it says stage combat experience is a plus, but anyway.
You should have some.
Yeah. All roles are paid, non-union, Thursday, February 18th and February 19th by appointment only. Callbacks are on the 21st. This has no time and no location, so you're going to have to email for that. Please prepare a song to be sung a cappella that shows off your vocal ability. You will also be required to read 2 sides that will be provided to you in advance. Please contact Stephanie Takagawa.
There's Stephanie.
Yeah. At, I'm going to spell this for you. youkai.koushin@gmail.com to schedule
Kushin.
your audition.
Yukai Kushin.
For what, though? Who is that?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like you might want to create another Gmail. Just
Like Orochi auditions at gmail.com?
you're going to get typos. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are going to mistype your email address, and you're going to miss a lot of potentially talented people. Just saying. You should just get, like, Orokai, or Orochi, at Gmail, or something.
I assume it's Orochi.
I don't know. It's just me. Anyway, The Locket, a new musical, original by a local playwright. Book, music, and lyrics by Marcos Onelas, produced by Broken Globe Productions. Open call for singers and actors February 22nd from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Callbacks will be on the 23rd. This is at the Backstage Dance Studio, Studio C, 3425 Backstage Boulevard, 89121. Please prepare 2 contrasting Broadway songs. Please bring CD or MP3 as an accompanist will not be provided. Also have prepared a 1-minute dramatic monologue. Headshot and resume required. Video submissions will also be accepted through the 20th. Please send headshot and resume and a link to your video to brokenglobeproductions@gmail.com. Scheduled to open June 3rd at the West Las Vegas Library.
The locket is scheduled to open June 3rd.
Yes. What did I say?
You said the same. I'm just giving context.
Oh, yes, the locket.
Yep.
Yeah. Memphis by Joe DePietro and David Bryan, produced by PS Productions and Super Summer Theater. That's going to be March 4th at 6 p.m., March 5th from 12 to 6, and callbacks will be 18th through the 20th. This is set to perform in July. For more information, email info@psfx.com.
The Super Summer Theater season opener. A musical salute to the music of the movies.
Wait. I mean, I know I just transferred that, but isn't that... Can't you
That's
just...
the actual title?
I don't think that's the title of the show, but that is how the casting call was...
Because couldn't it just as easily be a salute to the music of the movies?
Thank you.
Okay.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Or even a musical salute to the movies would have been good. But
yeah.
Or a salute to the music of the movies is better because it is the music of the movies.
Yeah.
But I just don't.
Or musical movie salute.
Yeah.
Or movie music. Just that. Just movie music.
Yeah, a musical salute to the music of the movies. I don't think that's...
We're heading down to the talkies. We're going to see some music.
Maybe that's just the working title for right now.
Working title?
Yeah. Just for the casting call.
Well, it's going to be the Super Summer Theater musical season music opener. A musical salute to the music of musical movies.
Wait, is there music in that?
I don't know. Let me read the rest of it. See if I find anything.
Oh, and that's funny too. Because anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Produced by the Gateway Arts Foundation and Super Summer Theater, they're seeking youthful and energetic dancers. The auditions are March 13th from 1 to 5 and March 14th from 5 to 9, both p.m. Those auditions will be at the Super Summer Theater Studios, 4340 South Valley View Boulevard, Suite 204, 89103. I shouted that because it was all caps for Boulevard.
I don't know why I did that.
Oh, you did that?
I think I did that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bring a headshot and resume. Come dressed to dance. All performers will receive a $150 stipend. For more info, please call Camille at 702-255-0695 or email Camille at gatewayartsfoundation.com. That's Camille
That would be .org.
Sorry? So I'll say the whole thing again. Camille at gatewayartsfoundation.org. This is the first org address we've had on here in a while.
Yeah. Well, because it's Gateway Arts, though. Don't forget. Though.
Ah.
Yeah. And just so you know, Camille, Camille. I couldn't spell it.
Oh.
If I wasn't looking at it.
I don't know another way to spell Camille.
I never spelled Camille.
Camille.
Come, Camellia.
At the Gateway Arts Foundation.org.
Huh?
Camille at the Gateway Arts. Never mind.
Yeah.
The Mystery of Edwin Drood. Book, music, and lyrics by Rupert Holmes. Produced by Heinz Sight Entertainment and Super Summer Theater. Auditions will be April 17th and 18th with more details at a later date. Bring it on, the musical.
Bring it on the musical.
Did you do that last week too?
I do it every week. I don't know why it makes me think of that.
Is the way we say it? Is the way I say it? Because I say this one a lot.
Bring it on. I don't even know what I'm singing.
It's Little Shop.
In the shop of horrors. I don't know. That's so weird.
Yeah, it is very weird.
It's random.
Is it just because it's the same number of syllables, I think?
I don't know.
Little Shop and Bring It On is the same.
You know what I'm looking forward to when we sometime in the near future maybe or maybe not announce Little Shop of Horrors on this show.
Yeah.
And I'm going, I don't know any music from Bring It On. Never mind.
The joke fell flat
Oh, God, I hate.
on your ass.
I hate. Anyway, sorry.
You hate that you tried to make a joke that way?
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah. Or you could have just stuck with your Bring It On somehow. I don't know.
Bring it on. Bring it on the musical.
This is a book by Jeff Whitty, lyrics by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
It's hard to come
and
back
Amanda
after
Green.
that, isn't it?
Yep, music by Lin-Manuel Miranda and Tom Kitt. I'm trying my best. Produced by Table 8 Productions in Super Summer Theater. Auditions will be April 9th through the 11th with more details at a later date. Special event announcement just to remind all you folks out there that the Downtown Vegas Improv Festival, the first ever, will be March 11th and 12th at the Inspire Theater, 107 Las Vegas Boulevard, 89101.
International.
We have someone from Canada coming.
Yeah.
Well, 4 to 5, 3 to 4, 3 to 5. Coming from Canada. Yeah. Anyway, if you have any current or upcoming events or non-traditional comedy musical titles for us, and you'd like to have
Or
either
actually-
of those listed on our show,
Or if you know any of the music from Bring It On the Musical.
like send him. You can look that up yourself.
But I don't want to.
Okay. Well, send anything you want to Ben at benjamin@lovetaps.com.
Start spamming the hell out of me.
Yeah, totally do it. His email is spelled benjamin@lvtaps.com.
Sounds good. Nice work, Max.
Nice work, Ben.
Oh, don't. Well, no.
You read half of that,
I did.
and you had the longer audition page.
I did.
So good job. You barely screwed up.
I still feel like I screwed up.
No, it was really just the first thing you read.
Well, and also the Bring It On thing really just was a Debbie Downer for me.
I wasn't counting that as part of your work.
Oh, well, I mean, well, in that case, if I can just exclude all the shit I've done in my life.
No, just that one, because that was my page.
Oh, I see.
You're trying to banter with me.
I
so
see what you did there. So I really just ruined your work.
Yeah.
I see. All right. Well,
Good job, Ben.
thanks. Theater reviews then.
What? It's the theater review show time thingy.
Theater review.
I saw COSI FAN TUTTE.
COSI FAN TUTTE.
I don't know how to. I forgot how to. I can't do an Italian accent in actual Italian. It's so weird.
It was close. COSI FAN TUTTE.
Or the full title: COSI FAN TUTTE, ossia la scuola degli amanti. The translation for that is "Thus do they all," or "The School for Lovers." It is written by W.A. Mozart, whoever that guy is.
Right. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Yeah, that's how he sounded too.
COSI FAN TUTTE. Sorry.
It's starring Catherine Gunning, Stephanie Sadownik. I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names. Next one's easier. What? Sadovnik.
Mm-hmm.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Peter Johnson, Jorge Ortiz, Athena Matis, and Nathan Van Arsdale. That's a good list there. Musical director for this particular show was Dean Balin. Directed by Tammy Pisano. And costumes is by Gingerland Van Buren. All right, so a little quick. This is an opera, but in Sin City Opera's own traditional style, it is done theatrically.
Mm-hmm.
So just a quick update on not update, catch you up on the story. COSI FAN TUTTE is about two engaged couples. And some guy who lives there decides to have a bet that he has a bet that all women are unfaithful. So he's going to prove it by making each engaged man hit on each other's wives.
Okay.
So if they are unfaithful, then the old man wins. Sorry, he has a fun name. Let me get his name. Don Alfonso.
Mm-hmm.
If Don Alfonso wins the bet. If not, then the two. There's another word for that. Fiancés. All right, then the two fiancés win and they're betting
The two betrothed.
betrothed. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyway, it's a large bet. Like they just keep one of the songs is how they're going to spend the money.
So he bets the women.
No, he bets the men
I mean, so he bets the men.
that the women will be unfaithful to doppelgangers.
Yes.
So it's a. I can see a lot of Shakespeare influence in the storyline for this one.
Yeah.
Mistaken identity and all that.
Mm-hmm.
A little caveat on the story is that it's very sexist and antiquated on that end.
Oh, sure. Well, it's
Yeah.
opera.
There's a fun note in here saying that it was very popular in the century it was created, but then people got super conservative and didn't like it up until the 20th century. Because they didn't like the wife swapping.
Weird how that works.
Yeah. Those weird French, German...
Yeah, I never understand
people.
why people aren't into wife swapping. It just doesn't make sense to me.
You want to go there?
It should be more widely accepted.
You still want to go there?
Go where? I'm not saying...
You're just saying the concept should be accepted.
Just saying,
Not
yeah.
that you're interested.
I don't have to personally be interested in it to accept it as a thing that exists.
But you also want to... you want it to be
unicorns.
You want it to be generally accepted by everyone else, too.
Well, I want it to be something that is not... that people don't turn their noses up at. Like, I can see wife swapping and accept it for what it is. They don't have to participate in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know about the general population and what they view on it.
Well,
I'm
hopefully
I'm just telling you about 18th and 19th century.
Hopefully this important opera
people.
will change people's minds.
Oh, good times.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sin City Opera's fun twist on it is that they designed it in a steampunk style
Yeah.
and translated it into English.
As they do.
As they do. All the plays, all their operas, I believe they translate to English.
Yeah, they do it themselves too, which is very cool.
Yeah. Which is a great way to help you follow the story.
Yes. Agreed.
And then they even give you... I don't know... I wish Carolyn was here. She might be able to answer a few of my opera questions. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if there's actual non-musical interludes in the original opera.
Non-musical interludes?
Like there's some quick scenes to bridge songs.
Oh.
But they added a few of those into here to help with understanding.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
No idea.
No, but it helped the theatricality of it.
Sure.
And helped keep non-traditional opera audience members along for the ride, I believe. It's a good I like that element.
Cool.
Because otherwise they just go from conversation to conversation without much... If it was just in Italian, I could see them going straight through because most people don't speak Italian.
Yeah.
And definitely won't be able to hear it in opera.
Well, most non-Italians.
Non-Italians, right. Audiences in Las Vegas who aren't native Italian speakers.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or Cuban.
What?
A lot of Cubans speak Italian,
Do
apparently.
they really?
I assume so.
Why do you assume that?
Based on the very few Cubans that I know.
They speak Italian?
That also speak Italian.
Like as an actual second language, or they just know some?
I don't know. Maybe I only know one Cuban, but they also speak Italian.
And they know who they are.
So I assume that applies to everyone, much like wife swapping.
Are they watching or listening?
No.
No? Okay. Then I have nothing for you. Because they won't get it. What was I on? I'm on such a tangent.
You were talking about how it kept
they also did
transitions.
visually they did a steampunk style. I don't know if I said that.
You did.
Okay, well then I want to talk on that real quick just because we're already there.
Yep.
I really like the way that Sin City Opera is evolving their production design.
Mm-hmm.
They were able to get a stage-wide backdrop of a nice Victorian-looking room. We'll just call it a large room.
Okay.
And then really went to they had just a few pieces of furniture and other pieces, but they use it very well to cover the space and for what they needed. They didn't have too much or too little, so it really worked well. And some really fun costumes. I know there's a real range of what steampunk looks can what they can look like, but there were some real nice ones. Go check them out. There were a few that didn't quite fit right, but I mean that's it happens.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
It's hard to fit modern bodies into Victorian style
Steampunk.
Onto the performances. I thought I mean I'm not a great judge of musical talent.
Well,
but
I think you know it when you hear it. You
Yeah.
know if someone's good or bad.
No, and it took me a second to get used to trying to hear lyrics because opera
Sure.
has a different sound.
It's like Shakespeare.
Yeah.
You have to tune your ear to it.
But once I got into it, it was really I thought all the actors singers Performers did a great job. I want to especially call out Nathan Van Arsdale's delightfully eccentric Don Alfonso. Just the way that his face was contorting anytime anything happened. Like he had some extra red makeup on his nose to show how much of a lush he is, and it really played it up really well.
He normally has a very expressive face.
Well, it was really on show here.
Yeah.
Because he was you didn't see that with me, but he was the villain in the console.
Right.
And but he did a great job in that one as well. So I think I'm a Nathan Van Arsdale fan.
All right.
It is funny though. He it gets pretty serious near the end of this of course wife swapping event, and I kind of missed him not being there for that part.
Yeah.
So I just kept getting drawn to him because he's a larger fellow.
Yes, and by large you mean tall.
Taller fellow. Sorry. So he has this imposing figure on the
presence,
stage.
Definitely a presence, yeah,
and
a very nice deep voice.
Plus, he was wearing a top hat and a large trench coat, so he even had a bigger silhouette. So,
ominous.
Yeah, so it was just he filled the stage.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say that the others weren't great, but Nathan Van Arsdale stood out for me.
Good.
But it is also interesting to note how sometimes performance styles are different. Like people are more expressive when they're singing than when they're not singing. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it's just not the experience of doing normal, less experienced dialogue delivery, but it just didn't come across as strongly for a few just for some instances.
I think historically that has been a thing for opera performers, operatic performers.
Okay.
In general. Now, in the past 10 years or so, it's been getting better. A lot more opera singers have been getting more actor training.
Yeah.
But if you really look at the old school stuff, not even old school. I mean, if you go back and watch Placido Domingo or something, in his Met performances. I mean, there's a lot of people that just can't act worth a shit if they're not singing.
Yeah.
And that's just a notorious thing. I mean, they're hired for their amazing voices more than their amazing acting.
So I'm sorry to call you out, Athena, but but when you were singing, you were great. But I know what you were going for the character, and it was just too blasé for how everyone else was acting, and it just didn't contrast the way it probably should have.
Right, and you know what? And that is normally fine for opera enthusiasts who don't go for the acting.
But that's not me, and that's not why I'm reviewing
and that's
this.
not. And honestly, that's not Las Vegas. Las Vegas is not full of opera enthusiasts. In fact, you're going to get a lot more theater bleed in than anything else, which is why I love Sin City Opera, because they're very good at melding what has traditionally been two separate worlds of theater and opera.
I appreciated what was going on here. It could have been more cohesive on that.
Understood.
At one point,
completely understand.
There were just some. The only other downside to this was that there was some funky. Instead of fading light transitions, they were just really quick, and I wasn't sure why. It didn't fade between the two looks. And
that may just have been a tech thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I just the only other thing. But overall, I really had a fun time. The ridiculousness of this plot line really had made this super fun for how they played it. A few cheesy jokes aside, but I think it was great great way to experience COSI FAN TUTTE. I did hear some audience members walking out saying it's the best version they've ever seen of COSI.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Good.
And that came from a Hungarian as well.
Oh, well, Hungarians, at least it's
Europeans know their opera.
It's mandatory over there.
COSI FAN TUTTE or just opera?
All.
Okay.
Yeah.
COSI FAN TUTTE running one more weekend at the Winchester Cultural Arts Center off McLeod Drive. 3130 McLeod Drive.
Yeah, off McLeod. Check it out.
Yeah.
Support them awesome people. Cool. Well, thanks for seeing that, Max.
Thank you.
I'm glad you did your due
almost
diligence.
seeing another play.
Yeah, well.
It's not your fault.
It is, I feel
It's
like.
not your fault.
You're right, kind of.
It's not your fault.
A half and half. I feel
It's your
half.
fault.
Damn it. All right. Well, that's it for us then.
It is.
I'm Ben.
I'm Max.
I'm Carolyn. And
Support the arts. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh. Except for that part. I think it was a really good show.
oh my God.
You're going to hear that later.
If I were Kirk Douglas and you were a sea lion, I would play you a song on a submarine. We'd have lots of fun and we'd fall in love, and then we would listen to the Love Tap Show.